on this AmeriCorps firing. Let's see what it says. Walpin said the probe revealed that Johnson misused AmeriCorps volunteers for personal purposes by having them help his political campaigns and even wash his car. What's this camera angle I have going on here? We just got crazy. Frozen up machine. Good thing it's a short segment because there's going to be a restart in a moment, folks. And by the way, we got Richard Gage of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth coming up on the other side of the break for about a half an hour. He's just doing great work around the country. Walpin said the probe revealed, again, he misused these things, and they never disputed it whatsoever. Indeed, the agency itself found out our statements were correct, and our findings were correct. Walpin, though, drew criticism elsewhere. After Walpin referred the matter to prosecutors in late 2008, the local U.S. Attorney's Office questioned Walpin's findings, saying they seemed overstated and did not accurately reflect the information he gathered. Johnson St. Hope Academy released a statement last week after the firing, saying Walpin's allegations were meritless and not motivated by an honest assessment of the program. Why would he be gunning after Kevin Johnson if he wasn't doing something wrong? What was he, a Houston Rockets fan? I mean, give me a break. Obviously, this guy was put out of the loop because he went after one of Obama's fans. See, they love sports stars. Sports stars make great politicians. They relate to the everyman. And this guy, remember, you watch these City Year commercials, and they literally have, a young black man going, this is a great program for men of color, young men of color. See, they're trying to recruit the urban movement into this AmeriCorps program. They're the next Stasi force. Isn't it ironic that the Hitler youth were all blonde-haired and blue-eyed? They're the ones. See, they'll use the Aryans. They'll use, the white race just like they'll use the black race. And that's why they're going after, remember, serving on AmeriCorps is a great thing for a young man of color. I mean, you watch people are high-fiving, they're at the football game, they got the jacket on. Weird how they use the same colors, too. Red, white, and black. Very odd. Huh? So they'll use anybody to further their agenda. They don't care what color you are. You're an animal to them. You're a slave. Doesn't matter if you have white skin, brown skin, or black skin. I promise you that. I promise you. And that's why they have to get rid of anybody with integrity in this AmeriCorps program, because that's where they're funneling all this Give Act money into. Well, money is kind of a obtuse term at this point, if you believe the news. Cash to become extinct as chips take off. Cash is accelerating down the path to extinction as new technologies threaten to mark the end of loose change within a decade. Bank and credit union bosses say cash won't be alone, with wallets and credit cards also likely to disappear as well. Remember, at this point, a penny actually takes 1.5 cents to make. So they're going to make the argument that hard currency is just a waste of time and we need to get on a chip program. They'll say it's a card first. Just like that commercial I played for the Western Hemisphere card. Oh, it's great. We have a Western Hemisphere card. We're going to have people saying, oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain in the identification card telling you how great and delicious it is. I mean, these people will go to any length to sell you on slavery. They're singing songs of freedom as they put the noose around your neck, tighten it, and get ready to kick out the chair. That's the reality. That is real. And if they're not ready to kick out the chair for you, what they're going to do? They're going to put you in shackles and in the line and get you ready to serve your masters, your overlords, just like those who did in the cotton fields back in the day. That's what they think of you. Don't think anything different. They want to enslave your mind first, your body next. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas. We'll be back with Richard Gage after this.
What can you do to keep you and your family safe from the resistant new strains of deadly bacteria and viruses? Check out supernaturalsilver.com today, or visit the link on Infowars.com to find out more about this incredible new silver compound. The new silver solution is a natural antibiotic that is clinically tested to kill viruses, germs, bacteria, and yeast safely. This new technology has proven itself to be a formidable weapon against bio-threats of today and tomorrow. The new silver solution gel has been shown to disinfect topically and keep the area sanitized for up to 4 hours. The new silver solution is a highly effective, potent nanoparticle solution that is lethal to bacteria, yeast, and viruses. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and see the amazing line of products they have available. Check out the patented New Silver Solution today. Click on the link and check out the uses for New Silver Solution. Order this extra line of defense today by going to supernaturalsilver.com. That's supernaturalsilver.com today.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
It's an age-old situation with a never-present message that time and tide waiteth for no man. Without fear of confrontation or the consequence of all commits for freedom and for happiness they toil. And look into the future, we can see a better place where we can shake the yoke of tyranny for all. Let's reclaim our generations who've now gone on to the rest and just remembrance of the dignity we have. So go on round and round, this brave Italian call with tradition, pride, and honor at its core. And it's more, so charge and defense to these noble hearted men. What have I been away before?
We are back live
Under perilous conditions.
this Tuesday, June 16, 2009, and we are now joined by Richard Gage of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. He's out on the road working hard to explain to people what really happened to World Trade Center 1, 2, and 7 on September 11th, 2001. And he's really, traveling the country. There are new DVDs to talk about. Where was the last place you hit up, Richard?
Just came back from San Diego, Jason. Hi, and awesome to be here with you today.
Oh, thank you. So San Diego was the last place you were at. Why don't you tell people what you were doing there?
We spoke to where was it? 230 people in San Diego. Listen to these numbers, Jason. This will blow you away. Out of that many, hold on, I just had it right here. Here we go. We had 17 people who believed the official story that fires and jet planes brought down the buildings. Beforehand, 0 afterward, because we always do this show of hands. We had 29 who were unsure. Afterward, only 3. So it's pretty nice. The evidence speaks for itself. The evidence found at the crime scene in all 3 of these highly explosive controlled demolitions at the World Trade Center on 9/11.
Absolutely. And, I had just gotten an email from somebody I actually went to high school with and hadn't talked to in some years just yesterday. And she was telling me, I saw this video against you and this debunker. And one of these debunkers came up to me this year on 9/11. He was like a 19-year-old kid, couldn't look me in the eye, told me there was no molten metal at the scene, told me that there was no temperatures of over 2,000 degrees. And at that point, I said, I have this article right here. And I misdated the article, but it was from September 16, 2001, from one of the head FEMA officials. I believe it was the head of FEMA in New York, talking about 2,700 degree temperatures at the World Trade Center. So I didn't, provide the guy with a link or whatever. He said he couldn't find it, so he puts up this, YouTube video. I debunked Jason Bermas. Jason Bermas is a liar. Nowhere did anyone say this. So I finally came across this thing probably about 2 months ago, and I thought to myself, well, I do have this hard article. I got it at a Newsday. I had cut it up. I was going to use it maybe in Fabled Enemies, but I really steered clear almost of any mention of controlled demolition, maybe outside of a little bit of Building 7 in one of the final chapters of that film. But I thought to myself, well, I have it. I might as well, blog this up. So I scanned it in. I wrote a little blog, and I put it out there. And, he never retracted anything. And then I thought to myself today, how many instances we had of actual officials not only talking about the 2,000 degree temperature. We had George Pataki talking about it. We had Giuliani talking about it. We had Ken Holden of FEMA, who ran the initial investigation, talking about, molten metal dripping from Building 6, something we included in Loose Change Final Cut. And then, of course, the scene where you had the firefighters talking about how it was like a foundry, like lava pouring down the channel rails. And I specifically remember watching one of your presentation years ago when you showed the World Trade Center meteorites. Why don't you explain to people what those meteorites were comprised of?
This is pretty amazing. We have Bart Borsanger, an architect, talking about these. He called it a meteorite. He says architects, engineers had never seen this level of destruction in their lives. He called it a fused chunk of molten metal and other substances. It is very clear in I don't remember what specific show that was, but he's very clear about it. And we have several photos of these meteors that come up, and they rust. I mean, they're not aluminum. It's obviously molten metal. There's no question about it.
Well, I want to talk about the implications of that and these debunkers in general, how they can't admit when they're wrong. I got no retraction when I presented that article as fact. We'll be back after this. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com.